Hello, Dave Parrish here with Knack Builders. Got another one for you today. Rapid fire emails with Knack. This is just all native functionality for doing emails, but I'm just show you the use case and then I'm going to come back and show you how I did it. I did a case study on this particular app. It's honor flights for vets to go to Washington, D.C. and see the monuments. And there's like 80 or 90 vets that go, and they're also accompanied by what's called a guardian. You can see the other video regarding all the details. But every individual that's on the plane is assigned to what they call this E-team member. It's a staff or volunteers that coordinate for every person. In this case, there's 80 of them. 80 vets, and I think there's 4 coordinators, so they each have 20, and they got to work the list. They assign the 80 some vets to this flight, and it's usually based on age or some special circumstance. And then they're instructed to do stuff. The vet needs to sign waivers. They have to determine if they need wheelchairs or not. A whole number of things. It's a process. So this a volunteer is coordinating with, in this case, the vet to get this stuff done. And so we have a whole list here, and they're checking them off if they're done, have the waivers been signed. All this is done within Knack. But there's also a number of emails that go out. And we set up this functionality. They didn't want to do bulk emails. They wanted the volunteer to have control over what was going on, because this is quite a fluid thing. People sign up and they have to leave because they're sick or whatever. So we made this functionality. So we have several different types of email. If it's a vet, there's these 3 types. If it's a guardian, there's some other types. And what this does is say, hey, it lets them choose, because we've set up an email template, what email they want to go out. Then they press send, and then it keeps a log of who sent it and when and what type of email it was. And then this little code here that said vet travel document. This little thing here, they can see what emails have already sent out, so they can help manage it, know where they are. I'm going to show you how we put this together. Thanks. Okay, let's get going on how you can send out templated emails, which a couple clicks of a button or click of a button and keep a log of what is sent out. Again, this works for email templates. You could also probably put in if you wanted the body of an email to be variable, your own content, you could have a paragraph, add a paragraph field in there and capture something you write offhand. Let's go for it. The back end. To do this, now we have a veteran. Now I did email type here. I could have had in the email log, we need this thing, an email type and email log that's connected to the veteran, one to many. Veteran can have many email logs, and the connection field resides in the email. Notice I made a separate table for type. It could have been a multiple choice here, but I wanted to collect some other information. Namely, look at this. Target, this is either it's going to the vet or the guardian. That's because depending on who you're dealing with, when you pop up that email, it's going to be filtered by one or the other. There's a code when I showed you, so we can display what was already sent out. Short because it's in a column. And then the order. For example, this is an 8-week one, a 7-week. We want 8 to come before 7, so I put an order number so I can tell it to sort based on those. And this other variable information to the type, you can't do with a regular multiple choice. So let's go over to where we are in the app, how we built this out. Here's that form that popped up. Who the veteran is when you want to send an email. You choose what type. Here, this one is filtered by target as vet. Let's keep going here. You submit it, and here's what happens. When you submit it, as a record rule, it grabs who did it. Now, what this form is, it's creating a new log, a new email log. So it will capture the date, and whoever clicked submit, it's going to capture that. That keeps the log. But what it also does is when you create a new log, we're going to tell it to send out an email. So here are these 3 different emails. When the email type selected is this 8-week email. Now, the email from is not variable. It's going to be static. This is what it is. Just a note. Whatever you put in here, it's going to come from. You can't say, well, put it to this other person, like a variable field here. You're going to send it to the vet, and then we got their information here of what this content of this email is, and this is the one that goes out. Let me go back one here. That logo I showed you, just a note on that. When you put a logo in there, in that rich text field, it's going to ask for a URL. You just don't put an image. And you can host it someplace in your Google Drive and get the URL from there. I usually just put them right in the app. I make a thing called image, and then you upload an image. And if you click on this and then click here, it's going to open up. This is an Amazon server. You can grab that URL and put it in there. What else we got? So this works really well. One thing for another, this is a different topic a little bit. This is all native functionality. There's nothing going on with code or make or anything. But I had another app, similar thing. We had it was a school. We had to send communications out to parents, to kids. If a class got rained out, it was something outdoors, all kinds of things. And the robustness of what I'm showing you wasn't working there. And we brought in Andy O'Neill, if you know him, from Weblytica, top-notch integration guy. He built out this thing using Make and Twilio, if you know what that is, to send bulk emails, to send one-off emails, to send text, to send both a text and an email, to keep a history of everything, and then allows responding back to and you can make the from variable. You can do a number of things. It's pretty slick. But that's what I got for this one, how to do quick emails, especially when they're based on templates. And I'm sure there's all kinds of use cases for it. Okay, thanks.